Hello and welcome to FYI Weekly, your official source for the latest news and information from the city of Greensboro. The Greensboro Police Department is partnering with local nonprofits to collect school supplies for at least 2,000 students in need as they prepare to head back to school. This is made possible by Operation Pass, or Partners Advocating Student Success. The event has grown each year in scope and size since 2012. Families are provided with a backpack filled with school supplies donated by generous community members and sponsors. The school supply giveaway will take place on Saturday, August 11th from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. at the Greensboro Coliseum. Other partners include Say Yes Guilford, Guilford County Schools, Guilford Parent Academy, and Equation Church. You can contribute to Operation Pass by donating crayons, glue sticks, pencils, pens, spiral notebooks, composition books, backpacks, folders, notebook paper, scissors, markers, and highlighters. Supplies can be dropped off at any Greensboro police station, any of the city's library locations, or one of these Chick-fil-A stores. Other drop-off locations are listed on the city's website. The Greensboro Coliseum is located at 121 West Gate City Boulevard. For more information, contact GPD's Office of Community Engagement at 336-373-2636. The Greensboro City Council passed a resolution approving updates to the city's rehabilitation program guidelines for the Disaster Relief Homeowner Repair Program. The purpose of the city's Disaster Relief Homeowner Repair Program is to provide housing repair services to residents in need and to protect the quality of the housing stock in Greensboro neighborhoods. This repair program applies only to homes damaged during the April 2018 tornado. The program is considered a supplement to any available insurance proceeds, state or FEMA programs, or other financial assistance available and for which the homeowner is eligible at the time of program participation. The Disaster Relief Homeowner Repair Program funds will be offered as an unsecured loan at 0% interest up to $40,000 to be forgiven over a 5-year period as long as the homeowner remains in the home. Community Development Block Grant and 2016 Housing Bond funds are already budgeted for the city's homeowner rehabilitation programs. For more information about the Disaster Relief Homeowner Repair Program, please contact the Neighborhood Development Department. The Greensboro Public Library is beginning the process of selecting the 2019 One City, One Book title and is seeking suggestions from the community. Every other year, the Greensboro Public Library, along with many community partners, lead a citywide reading of a selected book. One City, One Book offers lively programs, discussions, films, theatrical productions, and readings in an effort to engage the community around themes found in the selected book. The final selection should include themes that can lead to meaningful discussions about issues that affect the community. Additionally, the selected book should be appropriate for adaptation to theatrical, musical, and other public performances. It goes without saying the title of the selected book should be relatable and suitable for library program opportunities for all age groups. The 2017 One City, One Book selection was Hidden Figures by Margot Lee Shetterly. Nearly 300 library, community partner, and book club programs were held, and an estimated 9,300 people participated. Events included online international discussions co-sponsored by the U.S. State Department featuring local high school students. In an effort to help each of us improve our quality of life, the city has partnered with Cone Health for a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Let's check in with our friends at Cone Health for today's news for your health.
Every 40 seconds, someone in the United States has a stroke. My name is Jessica Jarvis, stroke response nurse at Cone Health. I'm here today to tell you about the signs and symptoms of stroke and how to prevent them. The number one risk factor for stroke is hypertension or high blood pressure, and it's preventable by eating a healthy diet, exercise, and taking the medications that are prescribed by your physician. Some of the other risk factors are managing your diabetes, your high cholesterol, and stopping smoking if you're a smoker. And those are all also preventable with healthy diet, exercise, and healthy lifestyle. Heredity is a risk factor, so if someone in your immediate family has had a stroke, you're at risk for a stroke. Also, you're at risk if you're African American, and also more women have strokes than men. FAST is a good acronym to help you remember the signs and symptoms of stroke. F is for face. You can ask the person to smile and see if their face droops. A is for arm. Have the person lift both of their arms to see if one arm drifts. S is for speech. When the person talks, you can see if their speech sounds slurred or strange. And T is for time. Time to activate 911 to get the person help as soon as possible. And EMS is the best way to do that. Treatment doesn't normally start with EMS, but they start gathering information that's important for us when they get the patient here to the hospital, as well as they are often able to notify us prior to the patient arriving to the hospital that they think the patient's having a stroke. We have a team called the stroke team that gets notified, and that includes myself and a neurologist and the ED team, and so we're able to get that patient treatment very quickly because we have a team that's focused on stroke. You should never take the person to the hospital yourself because it delays treatment. We see many people aren't able to have the treatment that we're able to provide because their family delayed in getting the person to the hospital. If you're ever concerned that a patient might be having a stroke, it's better to call 911 and get the patient to the hospital than to wait around and see if the symptoms get better, because usually they don't. It's important to act quickly when you think a person is having a stroke because most of our treatments are time sensitive. One medication that we use can only be given within a short amount of time, and many of our other treatments and surgical options are more effective if they're done quicker. I think the most important thing is for our community to know that stroke is a medical emergency. We like to call it a brain attack, so it's important for patients to get care as soon as possible and to call 911 so that they can get treatment as soon as they can. Thank you for joining me today. For more information about stroke prevention and treatment, go to conehealth.com/stroke. And just remember, for any signs and symptoms of stroke, act fast and call 911.
Are you dropping the correct items in the recycling bin? If not, you might have your container taken away until you get it right. We'll have that story and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The Field Operations Department has launched the Recycle Right campaign. This involves members of the waste reduction team inspecting recycling containers to ensure residents are properly recycling. Warnings are being issued to those who don't. The Recycle Right campaign is an effort to reduce the amount of contamination or non-recyclable materials delivered to the recycling center. Roughly 22% of the material placed inside city recycling cans is not recyclable. Nationwide, recycling contamination rates are between 5 and 10%. Examples of items collected by the waste reduction team include plastic bags, styrofoam, food particles, yard waste, and even a vacuum cleaner. Residents who receive 3 warnings will have their cans taken away until they schedule to meet with a recycling educator and pledge to follow the recycling rules. So far, nearly 4,000 containers have been inspected, resulting in nearly 800 warnings for improper recycling. Contamination can be dangerous for staff who sort items by hand. This also makes the city's recyclables less valuable in the retail market. For more information and tips on properly recycling, visit the city's website. The city has closed the Green Street entrance to the Melvin Municipal Office Building. Visitors must now enter City Hall through the West Washington Street entrance from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays. If you are attending a city council meeting, please enter the building from Governmental Plaza. That entrance will be open 30 minutes before the meetings begin. Those attending any other city board or commission meeting after 5 p.m. should enter the building from the Green Street entrance. That entrance will be open 30 minutes before the meetings start. The city's Neighborhood Development Department has remodeled its home buyer initiatives under the umbrella of Housing Connect GSO. Housing Connect GSO aims to help homebuyers and homeowners make informed choices in selecting and buying a home, maintaining and keeping the home, as well as understanding the obligations involved with down payment and closing cost assistance. These services were upgraded by the City Council to include more financial assistance to low and moderate income individuals and families, as well as broaden the eligibility requirements and loan terms. Housing Connect GSO covers homeownership, education and outreach, homeownership counseling, financial assistance, and homeownership collaborations. For more information about Housing Connect GSO, visit the city's website or call Rhonda Enoch, the city's housing counselor, at 336-373-4146. In an effort to spotlight and celebrate local artists, business owners, community builders, and essentially the next generation of leaders, the city is proud to partner with Action Greensboro to introduce our Made in Greensboro series. This day, we place the spotlight on Barks, a premier producer of dog treats. Dogs are at the heart of one of the city's unique vocational trainings, the Barks Dog Treat Company, the Spring Garden Street Bakery, where special dog treats are made by special hands. The All-Natural Dog Treat Company is a program of the Arc of Greensboro. It provides individuals with intellectual or developmental disabilities vocational training while they work as staff bakers in an operational bakery. 21 people currently serve as bakers, with 8 working each day, Monday through Friday, making the treats, packaging them, and selling them. Jessica Kamir is the program manager at Barks. She says this project gives the team a sense of self-worth and purpose as the bakers learn skills, which adds great value for a population that is often overlooked. Dawn Scales is the business manager and says a lot of their bakers have jobs outside of Barks, which reinforces the skills they use in the workplace. The dog treats are also sold at Fresh Markets, Lowe's Foods, and Best Way Grocery Company locations. To learn more about Made in Greensboro or to see more images taken by photographers Jerry Walford and Scott Mothersbaugh, visit the Action Greensboro website at madeingso.com. The city continues working with multiple nonprofit agencies to provide assistance to survivors of the tornado that struck the city back in April. Coming up after the break, we'll have an update on the storm recovery and rebuilding efforts in East Greensboro. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. It's been nearly 4 months since several residents in East Greensboro were displaced and had their lives drastically disrupted by a tornado. Joining me now to tell us about the progress being made in the recovery phase is Stan Wilson. He is the director of the city's Neighborhood Development Department. Hello, Stan. Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be
Always
back.
good to see you. So you and your staff have been hard at work pretty much since day one when the tornado touched down in April. How are the efforts going to repair damaged properties?
Well, the efforts are going well. We're moving forward. The Storm Recovery Alliance, that group that we formed to really help identify needs and really to help folks that have been impacted by the storm, we're continuing to meet every week. We're providing resources to help people to repair their homes. We're also looking at providing case management, and we're helping with insurance deductibles as well. So we're continuing to meet weekly at the Housing Hub, and really as needs arise, we're trying to meet them as quickly as we can.
Okay, now the community has generously donated nearly $800,000. Where has that money gone, and is there still a need for donations to come rolling in?
There's definitely a need for donations because now we're moving into more of the home repair. We've got 27 homes that we're working on right now. But those dollars, they continue to go toward rehousing and helping people to find temporary and permanent housing, relocation assistance. We helped a number of people to pay rent and mortgage assistance as well. And case management continues in meeting basic needs. The storm has been traumatic, and we're finding that it takes a little bit more time and more effort to really help people to recover.
Okay, and I think that's a really impressive amount of money as far as donations in such a short period of time. And we coined the hashtag Greensboro Strong, and I think that was a good example of that. Now families are beginning some of that work, as you said, trying to repair the damage. That means contractors are going around the neighborhoods. What does the city want these residents to be aware of?
Well, there are a lot of contractors that are out there. There's a lot of work going on, but we really want people to look closely at the contractors that they select. What we find is there are some contractors that are really pressuring folks, getting them to pay money up front. Some of them are also getting them to sign blank contracts. So when you see those things, we're asking people to avoid those contractors because those are likely scams. One of the things you really want to do, though, is make sure that you got licensed and insured contractors working with. Get references, too, and not just get them, but call people up and check on those references as well. And we're here to help. Neighbor Development has a list of contractors as well, and we're ready to talk to them and get them to pitch in.
Okay, that's really important because it's bad enough that you've had damages to your home. You don't need additional damage by being involved with a non-reputable contractor. Some people will not get assistance from FEMA, and maybe their insurance won't cover everything that they need to repair their home. So what happens with those folks?
Well, one of the things I do want to point out, though FEMA, their office closed July 9th, if you're registered, you can still continue to contact them to get help. Also, too, if you've been denied, you can still call 211 and we'll connect you with assistance as well. Because just because you were denied doesn't mean you won't get help. It just means that there might have been a clerical error or something else that needs to be fixed. But if you don't have insurance or if you're underinsured, that's where the city's Neighbor Development Department, that's where we're stepping in. We've got a number of rehab programs already set up, and we'll pick it up from there and really help people to get their home fixed.
Okay, and then people who do have insurance are a little weary about filing a claim and may have some questions about that. How are we assisting those residents?
Well, one of the great things in meeting with the Storm Recovery Alliance is really talking about what those needs are and trying to meet them. So on August 21st, 6 o'clock to 7:30 at New Light Missionary Baptist Church, we've got home ownership insurance 101. And there are all of your questions about filing a claim, what happens after you file. All of those questions can be answered. We've got the Department of Insurance right there to answer all the questions.
Okay, so we have a wealth of knowledge that's at the table and available through the city, through some of these national organizations, and then also, of course, some of our partnering nonprofits within the community. So this has been a team effort for sure. Thank you, Stan, for giving us this update. There's still more work to be done, and we're encouraging people to continue making those donations.
And continue to call 211 if there's any help that's needed. The other thing, too, I want to point out, there are a number of landlords out there with properties that are not repaired. So we want to speak to them, too, and talk about any ways that we can help them as well.
Okay. Well, thank you, Stan, and do come back and keep us posted.
Will do.
Stay tuned for a little-known fact about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. One way to stay informed about what's happening in the city is by attending or tuning in to city council meetings. The Greensboro City Council meetings are open to the public, but if you cannot attend, we broadcast the meetings live right here on GTN, and we also stream the meetings live on the city's website. Council meetings take place at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesdays of the month on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. The first meeting of the month includes public comments and special presentations. Meetings on the third Tuesday of the month focus on public hearings and city business. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. The Planning Department's latest Growth and Development Trends Report highlights some of the most important data and trends shaping Greensboro. A few examples include a 23% decrease in manufacturing employment from 2000 to 2015. In a recent survey, 2/3 of Greensboro residents say having sidewalks and places to walk to are very important in deciding where to live, compared to only half of the national respondents. Household size appears to be shrinking. 67% of Greensboro households consist of 1 to 2 people. Planning Director Sue Schwartz says we are living in an age of rapid change, but that will allow Greensboro to continue to grow into a more diverse and vibrant city. Walkability and the changing economy are not just buzzwords or fads. They're signaling a desire and a need for more options for where and how people live. The Trends Report and more information about Planet GSO is available on the city's website. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, prepare to mark your calendar for all the great events happening this week on the town.
Hey, this is Jody. This weekend, power down your electronic devices and enjoy some old-fashioned fun. Parents, are you looking for a fun activity for the kids that requires no screen time? Bring them to the Greensboro Science Center on Friday night for the Pajama Jam. Put on your favorite jammies and dance to the rockin' tunes of Sandbox while enjoying plenty of farmyard fun, all for a great cause. Proceeds from Pajama Jam support the GSC's conservation efforts. This event is for families with children ages 12 and younger, and tickets are selling fast. For more information or to purchase your tickets, visit greensboroscience.org. Join us for the 32nd season of The 5 by O. Henry. A handful of the writer's well-known stories come to life on stage at the Greensboro History Museum this Friday from 7:30 to 9 p.m. With songs and audience participation, this annual favorite is appropriate for all ages. For tickets and showtimes, visit greensborohistory.org. Performances sell out early, so get your tickets today. Parks and Recreation celebrates summer with a family-friendly picnic in the garden event at Tanger Family Bicentennial Garden from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday. Bring a lawn chair, a blanket, and your appetite. Explore the beauty of the Botanical Garden and take a free tour of the David Caldwell Historical Museum. This Saturday's event will feature interactive games from Gaming Excursions, including a laser tag tent, a rolling video game trailer, and bubble soccer. Go to Greensboro Parks and Recreation's Facebook page for more information. End your technology-free weekend on a high note with music for a Sunday evening in the park or MuseUp concert series. This Sunday, the concert takes place at Lindley Park. Enjoy the Greensboro Concert Band starting at 6:30 p.m. Go to greensboro-nc.gov/MuseUp for a complete list of summer concert series performances. And finally, mark your calendars for the Greensboro Police Foundation Day at the Hoppers. Come on out to the ballpark on Sunday, August 26th at 4 p.m. to watch the Greensboro Grasshoppers take on the Delmarva Shorebirds. Get there early to see displays of police vehicles and technology, including the new mobile command center. Visit with the Greensboro Police Foundation representatives to learn more about who they are and what they do. Keep watching FYI Weekly right here on GTN to find out more about events happening on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 22 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. As part of Greensboro's 4th Annual Minority Enterprise Development Week taking place September 24th through the 28th, the city is soliciting nominations for outstanding achievements in the local advancement of minority and women-owned businesses. The nomination form can be completed and submitted online to nominate a minority or woman-owned business or individual who has demonstrated leadership and commitment to the promotion and inclusion of all segments of the business population. One winner will be selected for each of the following industry categories: construction, professional services, goods, and other services. Details about each category can be found on the nomination form. The deadline to submit nominations is Friday, August 31st. Winners will be announced during the annual Medweek Awards dinner taking place on Thursday, September 27th. For more information, call the city's Minority and Women's Business Enterprise Office at 336-373-2674. On the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to the Greensboro Fire Department. Captain Kelly Giles met with kids attending Evangel Fellowship's summer camp. This is part of the city's Public Safety, Diversity, and Inclusion Outreach Program. Captain Giles had an audience of more than 50 kids who learned all about fire service within the city of Greensboro. The presentation inspired these 5 to 13-year-olds. Several of them have already expressed an interest in the Fire Explorers program. They will be the next recruits as soon as they're old enough to join. Thank you, Captain Giles, for sharing your time and talents. It looks like a good time was had by all. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.